I didn't go because I like being scared. I went because Jess said the haunted field would be so medium lame, medium fun, and Kelsey said the kettle corn was cash only this year and that she'd cover me. Those felt like decent reasons at 17. The line wrapped behind the high school, right where the marching band sweats through August rehearsals. Now those same ruts were filled with plywood walls, hay bales, and cords snaking through mud-like veins. A generator coughed, caught, and settled into a slow, mechanical breathing. The kind of sound you stop hearing after a minute, even though it never actually stops. We laughed through the first sections, the fake cemetery, the mad lab, the guy with the chainless saw who still convinced middle schoolers they were about to lose a limb. Kelsey filmed me screaming at nothing and immediately posted it with an emoji that looked like someone dying happily. The air smelled like cold dirt and kettle corn sugar melting in paper bags. Warm, safe, stupid. Then we turned into the room that didn't feel like part of the fundraiser. Stone-painted plywood, a low-hanging fluorescent light that buzzed irregularly, as if deciding how alive it wanted to be. A metal cage against the back wall, at least metal at the corners. The rest looked like painted wood dressed to pretend. And a girl inside. Bare feet, white dress with a gray hem, hair clinging to her neck like she'd been rained on hours ago and never dried. She didn't lunge or scream. She just curled her fingers around the bars and said, soft and hoarse, "Please, don't leave me." Jess laughed, too loud, too quick. "Okay, props to her," she said. "I hate this room. She's good." Kelsey kept walking because the rope line told us to. "Good actor," she said over her shoulder. "Drama club's stepping it up." But the girl's eyes tracked only me, not dramatically, more like she recognized me and was confused about why. Her wrists were cuffed with cheap metal props, the kind sold in plastic Halloween bags. But her skin beneath them was irritated, swollen in a way makeup doesn't quite imitate. She held her breath between words, the way people do when they're trying not to cry again. "Please, they won't let me out." My mouth moved before I could think. "Is this part of it?" The voice behind me said, "Ma'am, please keep moving." Too professional, not theatrical. A gloved hand touched between my shoulder blades, firm, guiding, careful not to look like pushing. When I looked back, the girl mouthed something to me. 4 small shapes of sound. I thought it was, "You heard me," but I couldn't swear to it. The next room had fog machines and plywood trees. Kids jumped at us from behind fake stumps. None of it landed. My heart still felt like it was bracing for an impact that hadn't happened yet. "Are we telling someone?" I asked. "Tell them what?" Kelsey said. "These are actors." Jess said, "You want to start drama with the PTA? It's a fundraiser, babe. Come on." At the exit, a volunteer in a reflective vest stamped our wrists with orange pumpkins. I asked who was in the cage. She blinked. "We don't have a cage scene." You do with the girl." She smiled, quick, polite, final. "Everything in the walkthrough is look only. No performers you can touch or interact with. It's district policy." When she turned to the next group, her radio crackled. A man's voice asked, "South exit cleared?" She reached up, turned the volume down, and didn't answer. I pretended to eat the kettle corn, but something in my chest had started an ache that felt like it knew something that I didn't. Kelsey was scrolling the event hashtag, videos of zombies, chainsaw guy, a clown with an air horn. No girl, no cage. When I replayed the moment in my mind, there was one detail I couldn't place. The floor under her cage. Everyone else stood on hay. Under her was bare dirt, tamped flat in a square, like something had been moved recently, or like it never belonged in the maze at all. That night, lying in bed, I saw her mouth the words again, slower this time, like she wanted me to read them correctly. School Monday felt normal in a way that made it uneasy. At lunch, I asked Patrick from Drama Club about the cast list. "Everyone's masked this year," he said. "District rules, no visible faces in scare zones." "What about a cell or a cage room?" I asked. He shook his head. We borrowed skeletons from the science department. That's it. No one gets enclosed in anything. Liability. We'd all get expelled. He said it all automatically, like he'd heard an adult repeat it too many times. That evening, I couldn't stand it. Told Mom I was at Kelsey's and I parked 2 streets over. I paid cash at the ticket booth so my name wouldn't show on the volunteer list. The layout was the same: cemetery, lab, cornfield. But when I reached where the cage room should have been, the rope line curved left. A wall of taut black tarp blocked off a rectangular space. Behind it, someone was crying. Not loud, not theatrical, but soft, clipped breath someone was trying to swallow. I lifted the edge of the tarp. Hey, a man in a county vest stepped out from nowhere, like he'd been positioned to intercept anyone doing exactly what I was doing. This section's closed, he said. Why? I asked. Maintenance. He smiled, but the smile didn't reach anything near his eyes. Who's running this part? I asked. Is it the school or the county? We just handle infrastructure, he said, and keep the traffic moving. Don't want anyone tripping. There it was again. The word people use when they don't want to explain something real. Liability. He steered me back onto the path. His hand was gentle, but he didn't let go until the next group of kids crowded in behind me. In my car, I told myself I'd imagined it. Her bad lighting, a long day, her brilliant acting. I'd never know her name. Nerves. I couldn't chalk it up to anything, but I tried. I remembered something. The girl's cuffs. When she moved her hands, one cuff had left a faint line on the bar, like real metal rubbing real metal. Props don't usually do that. On Friday, I walked the fence line behind the school. Tower lights stood, waiting to be packed up. Trailers, with county facilities stenciled in blue, sat near the loading area. One generator had property of county facilities written in Sharpie on the fuel door. The handwriting was neat, deliberate, not rushed. I thought of the man in the vest, how he looked like he was hitting marks. Saturday night, after the event closed for the season, I slipped through a gap near the bleachers. The fog machines were off. The air smelled like plywood drying after rain. The cage room was gone. Not repurposed. Gone entirely. Replaced with a brand new graveyard scene, complete with a skeleton and a top hat, whose cord still had the price sticker looped around it. The corner where I'd lifted the tarp looked corrected. The wall met at a perfect right angle now. Crisp paint, new screws. But the ground behind the fake headstone was churned into mud. 2 narrow grooves led toward the generator trailers. Something metallic glinted in the floodlight reflection. A length of chain. Cold, real. The kind that leaves marks if someone pulls against it. The floodlights snapped off. Silence roared into the space. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. A single text. Don't come back. When the lights surged on again, the skeleton's top hat was rolling toward my shoe. I didn't remember deciding to run. Sunday morning, the county's social media posted a bright orange graphic. Thanks for a great season. Comments poured in. Love the chainsaw guy. Best year yet. All like nothing strange had ever happened. I checked the missing persons bulletin again. One girl, Leela, had a resemblance you could argue for or against depending on the photo. Her hair was longer, her face rounder, but her eyes, in certain lighting. My stomach clenched. But resemblance isn't evidence, panic isn't proof. After school Monday, I cut behind the field. Everything was stripped down, towers gone, path flattened, trailers moved. One wooden stake remained with a laminated sign. See you next Halloween. At the bottom, someone had written, "Get me out," in black marker. The handwriting didn't look frantic. It looked careful. I peeled the plastic corner. One sheet, one message, no layers behind it. That night I dreamed of the cage again. Only this time, when I tried to ask her what she'd said, her mouth didn't move at all. She just watched me realize I'd never really heard her. Sometimes, after midnight, when the house settles and the air shifts in the hallway, I stop and I listen. Not because I expect to hear anything, Because now, when someone says help, even on TV, my whole body pauses in a way I can't control, waiting to find out if they mean it this time. If you go next year and there's a room that wasn't on the map, a room people say isn't there, don't be brave, don't laugh. If someone looks at you like you're the only person who can hear them, pay attention. It doesn't matter whether they're real. It matters whether you are. Some moments brush past us more softly than we expect, leaving only a faint shift in the air. It's easy to miss how much those small disturbances matter until later, when everything is still. Awareness doesn't demand much, just a breath, a pause, a willingness to look twice. May we offer that to the world and let the world offer it back. Take care of yourselves and each other, and thank you for joining us.